In this video, we're going to be looking at percentage frequency tables, and in particular, how we calculate percentage frequency. Now, percentage frequency is the percentage that a value or an outcome occurs with respect to the total number of outcomes. To the right of my screen, you can see the formula for percentage frequency, and that is the frequency divided by total frequency multiplied by 100. Now, this fraction, this frequency of that outcome occurring divided by the total number of outcomes, that is your proportion. All right, and then to convert from a proportion to a percentage, you just multiply by 100. Now, in this example here, which is a survey of 15 Year 12 students, was used to determine their preferences between AFL, NRL, and soccer. The results of this survey are listed below, where A represents AFL, N represents NRL, and S represents soccer. Okay, the first thing we need to do is we need to put in our frequency. So for AFL, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different students that selected AFL. So I'm going to put 6 in here. For NRL, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for soccer, we have 4. Now this gives us our total, which was in the original question, of 15. Now we need to calculate our percentage. So what percentage of the total number of outcomes or total number of students selected AFL? And that was 6. If I put my fraction in, 6 out of 15. That will give us our proportion, but we want our percentage, so we're going to multiply that by 100. And that gives us 40%. So 40% of those 15 students selected AFL. Okay, next we're looking at NRL, and that was 5. If I just copy this down, I'll change this to 5. Out of our 15 students selected NRL, and that is a third, or 33.33%. Finally, with soccer, we had 4 out of our 15 select soccer, so I'm going to change that to 4 and get a percentage of 26.67%. Now looking at our total percentage frequency, we would imagine that most of the time it would add up to 100%, because we're looking at our total amount of data, and if we're looking at every bit of data, that's 100% of our data. And if we add up our percentages in this example, we can see that that does add up to 100%. But sometimes when we're rounding those previous answers, particularly we're rounding to one decimal place, you might get answers such as 99.9%, 100.1%. And that's completely normal. It does happen. There's always a margin of error when we're rounding. And that is okay. But we would still normally write 100% as our total percentage frequency.